They have the Savage Roar, and Chessie says, get out of here. They'll be able to get out together. Complexity will not lose anything at this point, Waga.
Beautiful play by Complexity, and now they're in a really great spot. They've opened up the enemy base a lot. There's no tier 2 tower on bottom as well. So just next Roshan is going to be what they need to play around. And they have Enigma. That's a great hero to fight the Roche pit.
Yeah, and look at that net worth graph as well. It's swinging all the way back up to even. 2,500 in favor of Wings, but not much more. And so that was just a heck of a fight from Complexity. Limp just stays alive throughout the entire engagement.
That turned dark so quickly for Wings. It looked really
in
great.
favor of Wings
was doing good work on everyone. But then he just stood next to a Lone Druid, got rooted, and took so much physical damage. He thought he would be fine in the BKB, but it did not save him from
Did not help him there. Absolutely correct in that. And so Complexity, they still have a lot of work to do. They've gotten a couple of melee racks as Wings. They're not out of this yet, though. There's a lot of this game left. There's an Alchemist in it. There's a Tiny. So late game potential, you talk about an IO Tiny and split push and rat. We have seen it in so many Dota games, Waga.
Oh, yes. You could always win. As long as you have Wisp Tiny, you can always win the game in Dota. That's the way it goes.
Oh my God.
And they can deal with big creeps easily.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh no. But Complexity now in a pretty sweet spot.
Give me an 8.
They are in a very
Looking at farm, we have 800 gold until Swindles completes his BKB. I think that's going to be the real big timing for Complexity to start going.
Yeah, then they have pretty much nothing, or nothing in fact, to be able to cancel that black hole when he has that BKB going. Spike carry pace be damned.
There's only one way, and that's if Enigma casts the black hole kind of far away from him, he can be tossed away even if he has BKB on. But, you know, most likely the Tiny cannot toss him.
Unlikely to happen.
Yeah.
But for Swindles, yeah, he just needs to farm that BKB up. Roche is available, by the way, for both teams if they want to go for it. You have the Solar Crest. Wings will scout it out currently. They'll send in the Nyx Assassin, who did pick up the Aghanim Scepter, so he has Burrow now ready to go.
That's going to be a pretty good thing as well in terms of just chain stunning. If they ever get a good initiation with Tiny or Alchemist, he can follow up with Impale, then blink in, Burrow, stun them again. So they have some good tools. Trying to push top. Have to be careful about fighting Complexity here.
Shadow not only flutters away, but blinks as well. He says, I do not want to get caught. That's the last thing I want to do, especially when I just bought back too.
Yeah, and there we see it. The full BKB is completed before the Roshan fight occurs. So now all Complexity need to do, get top pushed out with their Radiant Spare and head towards Roche.
Complexity looks like...
As for Wings though, this Alchemist, he hits really hard with the Mjolnir that he has.
Complexity were smoked up. They were scanned at the tail end of it, so Wings know that they're in that mid lane vicinity. So Complexity need to be careful with how they walk up, or Wings are just going to back up and maybe just give Roche away to Limp and Complexity. Although Faith Beyond is nearby, do they have a gem up ready to go? They do. Z-Freak has one, so if he walks a little too close, they will be able to spot him out, but Z-Freak's already on the high ground now. They're looking for a pick. They won't find anything, though. Not yet, anyway, for Complexity. To Limp and Complexity. Although Faith Beyond is nearby, do they have a gem up ready to go? They do. Z-Freak has one, so if he walks a little too close, they will be able to spot him out, but Z-Freak's already on the high ground now. They're looking for a pick. They won't.
They say, screw Roshan. We don't want to take that fight. Let's go for base.
And Faith Beyond is just walking back at this point, still invised up. They're going to pop the Exorcism for Complexity. They want to get this over with. They have the BKB for Swindles. They have Black Hole. And they'll pop the Unstable Concoction, blink in. They're looking for the stun onto 2, including the Bear. Z-Freak stays alive with the mech coming out. Swindles pops the BKB. Black Hole onto 2. Can they get the damage? They have Exorcism. Boulder Smash, Geomagnetic Grip with the Magnetize, but they get the relocate out still, though. Blink will fall. Dead for 70. Limp gets a triple kill. They are not done yet. They're running them down. Wings are in trouble.
Complexity have done it. They killed them. They're both dead.
They have the 2 big cores out of the game. Faith Beyond will try his best with the Impale, but for now it looks like Complexity will take at least a set of racks bottom. Maybe the game as well. They get off the Boulder Smash, the Geomagnetic Grip comes out, the Fortune's in, they're just going to go right to him with Chessie. And they really just want these buildings at this point. Still no Exorcism, but they're about to get a good double Impale coming through, but Limp and Z-Freak going to work on that melee racks.
All the melee racks are gone now. Just top racks, range racks to go for after this one as well. And Lone Druid is already there. This is going to be Megas.
They're going to get Megas at 31 minutes into the game against a Tiny and Alchemist. Complexity are about to take this game and eliminate Wings from the entire tournament. Vanilla Major, of course. Wings will be done. They're done now in the Vanilla Major. Complexity are going to get Megas at 31 minutes into the game against. What a play from Complexity. What a draft. What a mid-game from them as well.
Yeah, just props to Complexity. They played really, really solid. They had some shaky performance in the early stage there, but they got so much farm and translated it really well. And they took down a team that a lot of people had pinned as their top 4 favorite. In fact, going down in the bottom 4.
Wings out of the tournament already, a team that was here not too long ago and having a great performance, but Complexity showing they are the kings of the losers bracket. Losing 4 games of the group stages right in a row, boom, they come in, they take down Wings immediately. Perfect play from Complexity with this draft.
I like that they still went, because it seems like they still went with what they wanted to do. They picked Lone Druid immediately. They're like, okay, we're going to keep going for the push strat, even though we see this Wisp Tiny coming out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't phase us. The Wisp Alchemist was, in fact, the first 2. And they just powered through it.
Yeah, that was a solid draft from Complexity. Wings, of course, they didn't quite make it there in that mid-game, and it was a bit rough for them. That was just such a quick way to GG out. All of a sudden, they push bottom, and then, boom, they're ready to go.
Yeah,
with
just
that
fighting so well on the high ground, they just went for it.
And it seemed to work. I was a bit concerned when they decided to go high ground, but nonetheless, Complexity will move on. They will go into the second round of the lower bracket, into the best of 3s. Wings are done. They are eliminated from the entire tournament. With that, we're going to hand it back to our panel.
Thank you very much, Mort, there. And yes, Complexity are the first team to advance through the lower bracket. Wings, however, are the first team eliminated from the Manila Major at the very first hurdle. And we'll find out from our panelists exactly what they think right now, because there's one who's quite happy about his prediction, the other 2 not quite so much. Purge.
Hey guys.
With a smug look on his face.
My gut was right.
It was right.
Cole is the lower bracket Masters, something like that. Or
Yeah,
Wings
like that.
just disappointing finish, really. I mean, I thought they were going to be top 4. I'm sure you guys thought something similar, and they just get knocked out right off the bat.
I'm going to come to Black in a moment, but I just want to give Knoxville a bit of a shout out, because he was the only one of all the people that put the analyst stuff in that actually predicted they'd finish outside the top 8. The only one that predicted they'd finish outside the top 8, and even then he didn't have them in the bottom 4. It's extraordinary.
Yeah.
And Black, you're very disappointed in Wings right now. You still believed halfway through that game that they should have won this game despite the cheesy.
I mean, they had a really, really good window, but I really think they put all their cards on the Tiny, and I know how it is to be in the position that he was in. Like, his team pretty much trusted him, and trusted him with everything. And I think he really had 2 or 3 moments where he completely lost his team the game. And I know there's a lot of pressure on him. I'm not going to blame him. It can
you're blaming
him. I mean, I'm blaming him, but for good reasons.
You feel bad about doing it anyway.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, right? Like, pressure can overwhelm you, and then you just don't perform like you usually do. Like, it was just weird. He went on the at the entrance. He jumped on a Lone Druid, the tankiest hero, and then he proceeded to die. His itemization was weird. He didn't go for you, and then he got the pulled egg on him. You just don't perform like you usually do. I just really didn't understand. Like, it was just weird. He went on the
Winter just doesn't know what to say after that.
Well, he's mad about one thing.
at the entrance. He
Drums
jumped on a Lone
Let's talk about
Druid,
that.
the tankiest hero.
Why did that trigger you?
Because they just needed a BKB Black Hole to win a team fight, and the previous few team fights was very straightforward. They lost because Enigma couldn't get his Black Hole off. And I was like talking to you during the game, like, oh, finally we get a Black Hole because he has a BKB, not a drums.
We spoke about it before too, right? He gets BKB, he's unstoppable, and that's what happened in the last team fight.
They lost to themselves, Wings. They cheesed themselves to death.
Who stood out for you amongst the 2 teams? Because it was fairly even at times through the match, wasn't it?
I think the overall strategy for Complexity, that's what, to me, defines DP.
That's what happened in the last team fight.
They lost.
So we're not giving it to Swiddles.
No, definitely Limp.
I want to vote for Shadow for Cole.
That's your MVP vote?
He was the MVP for Cole this game.
Okay, the Tiny. Yeah.
The 6th man.
We're not going for Limp.
No, I think it was Limp, definitely. The Death Prophet, like, his itemization was perfect to stay alive. Even in that one fight that they lost in Ancients, he was able